Hey there, Wahlburgers. How's it going? I know it's been a weird couple of days since we've last talked. Specifically around 3 p.m. on Friday when the state of Pennsylvania let us know that we weren't meeting for the next 2 weeks. So I know the last 48, 72 hours has been nuts, has been crazy. Um, Ultimately, though, I hope you all are doing all right. This is a time just to kind of stay calm, be smart about what you're doing. You know, washing your hands, avoiding crowded places, don't touch your face. I'm going to tell you not to do that. And then probably through this entire video, I'll touch my face constantly because that is such a hard thing to do, right? So, but again, I hope you're all taking care. I know for you, there's a lot of news out there, so it might be stressing you out. I think if there's a bright side of things, hey, statistically, if you guys were to catch what's going around, you bounce back from it just like you would a flu, right? We're much more worried about our older population, that maybe they would catch it and things would be much worse. So that's why, yeah, we need to kind of be smart about what we're doing, right? So there's that. I would also say, hey, double check any information that you're getting. There's a lot of weird news out there, and a lot of it's not correct. This is where it comes down to, is this a reliable source or not? Two places that I would say that you could double check things. Number one would be the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. It's a government entity, so the website there is cdc.org. They're the ones kind of, on the front lines here. Another thing, if you find some really bizarre stories, it could be a website called Snopes. That's SNOPES.com. And they do a really fun job of, if there's something out there on the internet that sounds kind of weird, or maybe not exactly correct, they'll go back and fact check it. And a lot of the things that you're seeing online are either outright false or maybe they're kind of true, but you're stretching it a little bit. So, again, just double check those things. One other thing that I saw that would be kind of interesting is it was recommending for people to actually write down, what are you experiencing through all this? Even if you're not sick, but like, what are the things that you're hearing? Are there any new events that happen? Your thoughts, obviously, and expressing that. Because the interesting thing for that would be, hey, years and years down the line when, maybe you have kids or grandkids and they're like, oh, well, what was this time like? Well, then you can be like, well, back in my day, whatever, you wrote there. It'd be a nice first-hand account. Ooh, history term. Who would have thought that was coming up? What was I saying? Yeah, first-hand account of what you experienced. Also, I mean, somehow if historians were later digging up Mr. Wahlberg's dream journal and found out, what I experienced, I mean, that would be a really helpful source possibly about finding what went on in 2020 during the corona outbreak. Almost touched the face there. Whew, that was close. So just a thought, maybe something that you want to do. I think I'm actually going to do that because that sounds really neat. Anyway, the real reason I have you here is, well, I can't really do anything grade-wise for you right now. There's nothing, we have not been tasked with doing anything academic yet. But I thought it would be fun, maybe just take your mind off things for a bit, or just, to check in with each other from time to time. I'm doing what I'm going to call the challenge. Yes. So this is not going to be graded. I can't, no. Why would I do that? But participating in the challenge will get you points in fan school. All right. Most of the time, it's just going to be, hey, did you participate? Great. Here's some more points to your team. There might be a few that I might, start ranking things. Hey, which one was the best? Whatever. But today, give you a nice simple one. Start everyone off because I know not everyone's going to get this right away. Is there anything else I want to add to that? No. My challenge for you today, let us know what book you're reading. I mean, you guys got a lot of time on your hands. I mean, I know there's the Netflix and there's the Switch and there's whatever else. But read a book. Or if you look at my desk over here right now, read several books. So, because I arbitrarily want to get points as well, the books that I am currently reading. First, I've stamped by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. This has actually been an interesting book because it's talking about kind of the background of racism and specifically racist thoughts. So why did white Europeans have the beliefs that they did about why African Americans should be enslaved? How they thought they were actually doing them a favor. Some interesting ideas about race. Right now I'm at about the Civil War. Last chapter I read was about Lincoln, and it goes into some of those interesting thoughts of Lincoln that we explored the other week. Specifically, yes, we think of him as the great emancipator, but did he really believe in equal rights? What was his thought process there? Okay, so good read. This is going to actually be in the classroom once we get back, if that is a book that would interest you by any chance. The reason I say books that you might be reading is I've also been slowly going through this bad boy, specifically Frederick Douglass by David W. Blight. And I say slowly because I started looking at reading this, would have been last school year. And I'm only on page like 236 right now. It's a good book. It is just dense. There's so much information that I need to take breaks from it from time to time, or from month to month, apparently. But it is it's not autobiography, it's a biography on Frederick Douglass. And even still, I'm not even at the Civil War yet. And he does stuff like after the Civil War. So I got a ways to go. So those are the two books that I'm currently reading. If I hypothetically run out, I mean, I may have gone to the local bookstore earlier and gotten a few things. So cool. Anyway, so back to the challenge. What books are you reading? For this, there's a simple assignment on Schoology. You can either type it or maybe record. I don't know. Get creative. Have fun with this. What else are you doing today? Honestly, come on. You have until noon on Tuesday, March 17th, to again share what book or books you are reading. And then from there, the challenges I think are going to get a little bit more interesting. But this I thought was going to be a nice, easy one here. Tell us what book or books you're reading. 10 points towards your fan school team. And we'll go from there. Hey, be safe, be smart. And I'll see you guys when I see you.